The gentleman from Texas correctly points out that what President Trump has done is hardly unprecedented. In 1979, President Carter, hardly one that is held out among conservatives as a great standard bearer on foreign affairs and a strong America, President Carter was one who recognized that there were unique challenges in a unique period of time from those who may be coming to the United States from Iran. And he took action. Similarly, in 2011, President Obama was concerned that during an active conflict with Iraq, there may be circumstances where people would come from Iraq to do harm to Americans on American soil, and so he took action. I guess the difference with President Trump is that he's willing to take action immediately, and that we're not going to have a presidency with a bunch of hand-wringing and bedwetting over the questions that impact the safety of Americans and the dignity of this country and its borders. You know, President Obama was unwilling to heed the counsel of those in his own administration who indicated that there were insufficient vetting procedures in place previously. And so it strikes me as only reasonable, Mr. Speaker, that a new president coming in, having heard that there were inadequate screening procedures, not from a Trump appointee, but from an appointee of President Obama, that we would take a finite period of time, 90 days, and we would analyze what would be the appropriate protocols, screening procedures, vetting algorithms that we would use to ensure that America's interests were placed first. I'm glad we have a president who puts this country first. I'm glad we have a president who does not view himself as a citizen of the world more than he views himself as a citizen of this country. And I'm glad that he takes that responsibility seriously. And to answer the gentleman's question, I would say that we ought to have a Justice Department that is led by those who will follow the rule of law, who will defend the rights of Americans, and will stand up for the security of this country. And I yield back to the gentleman from Texas.